Alright, so this video is basically going over how to use a drill. Ever since I was little, I've always been doing some type of construction. I don't remember the first time that I've ever used a drill, but for people that use a drill all the time, we kind of take it for granted. So when you're using the drill, there's a few different styles of drills that you use. Right now I have the DeWalt 20 volt and the DeWalt 18 volt. This is an impact driver, and this is a drill driver. And there's other drills out there. There's 12 volt, depending on what job that you use it for. These are the most versatile of the drills, and these are the ones you're going to see most commonly used. There are 12 volts out there for people that are always carrying the tool around. It's not so heavy for them, and it's going to be much easier. But these are the drills that I have. I have some other ones corded. These just happen to be cordless. So on the drill, on almost every drill, you're going to see this button right here by the trigger, and it's on either side. And if you notice on these buttons, it's going to have arrows, and the arrow is either facing back or it's facing forward, and that's the direction you want to drive the screw in. So it's either going to spin the bit counterclockwise or it's going to spin it clockwise. And clockwise direction on almost every on 99% of screws, it's going to drive the screw in. Spin it counterclockwise, and it's going to take the screw out. I have it to where this finger, or on this drill, this finger pushes it to where it drives it in. And if I need to reverse it, I just hit that button right there with my thumb. On some of the screws, like your drill drivers, this is a DCD 771. Some of the drills, you'll see numbers up here. You'll either see 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, all the way to this drill setting. And this is the most powerful setting here, and that's if you're drilling into masonry or drilling into wood. You put it on that setting. This is your torque setting, so it's going to tell this drill how much torque you want to put, or how much force you want to put on that drill bit. It's basically telling the drill when to stop driving this in. You don't want to strip your screws, so the lower you set this, the less power that it's going to put on here to stop from driving that screw in, so you're not stripping the head at all. But you can easily manage the amount of pressure you put on the trigger, so you can easily set the pace by just the pressure you put on the trigger, and it might take some practice. So for the drill driver, you'll notice right here on the nose of the drill, it'll have this area right here, and this is to either tighten this bit up or it's to loosen it so you can take it out. So if you reverse the drill with this trigger, you hold this nose, just this piece right here, you hold that nose, and it'll loosen this up right here. And it goes all the way to a 1/2 inch diameter, so you can fit a 1/2 inch drill bit in there. And if you hit the switch right here on the side and hold it, you're going to see it tighten up to where you can even put a very thin drill bit in there and keep it tight. So you put the drill bit in there, hold it, and it'll tighten up around that drill bit. For some people, wearing gloves is probably a better solution when holding this, because it can get away from you and start slipping on your fingers, and you'll see it can rub you the wrong way. So another thing you got to watch out for, each screw head has different types of bits. This happens to be what's called a Phillips head. It's like a crossed or an X on the drill bit, and that's for these bits right here, and it'll fit right into that drill, so you could drive it in right into the wood. Other bits, there could be many style. This is a kind of like a star looking bit, and it takes a special style bit for this head right here, but you see that it fits perfectly into this screw. A lot of screws that you buy nowadays, like at Home Depot or anything, if you buy it in a bigger pack, it's going to come with its the screw with it. But just make sure before you leave the store that you have the proper bit for that screw, and it's always going to say it on the box. Just like this right here, you see that it's an 8 gauge 1 1/4 drywall screw, 3.18 centimeters. This came with its own bit in the box. So on the box you're going to see number 2 Phillips drive, and that's the cross or the X, whatever way you're looking at it, and it's a number 2 Phillips. So there's even different sizes to the bits that you use. So you want to make sure before you leave the store, whatever screw that you're using, and there's all different types of screws for everything, driving into wood, drywall, cement, masonry, what have you, but there's different types of screws that you use, and then we'll go over those in some future videos. But just make sure that you use the proper screw, and then you also use the proper drill bit or tip for each screw. And another drill you're going to see is the impact driver. I do remember using this for the first time, and I didn't know exactly how to keep this doggone bit in here or to lock it in. But it's real simple, and I felt like an idiot when I figured it out. You just have to push this up. This moves. This head right here, it moves, and you got to pull it out to insert the bit. And you got to keep it pulled out till that bit's in there, and it's going to lock into place. On these bits, you're going to see that there's a smaller area right here, and this is for the bearings to lock into, so it keeps that bit in place. So you pull it out, push that drill bit in, and let it go, and it's going to lock it into place and stay there. Just like the other drill, you're going to see these buttons here to drive the screw in or drive the screw out. Some of them have a light on, which is really convenient, but it's the same thing. You're going to take the screw, put it on the tip. I really recommend, if you don't drive screws in very much, or if you do, to get this sleeve. There's Ryobi makes them, DeWalt, almost everybody makes these sleeves right here. So it's just a extra piece that can get added on to where you can easily swap your bits in and out if you have different style of screw heads. But it also is convenient to slip it over there so you're not wobbling the drill around trying to and then losing that screw. You can actually move this around and it won't come off of that screw, and then you screw it in. You can actually put the screw on, slide the sleeve over it, and then you don't have to have an extra hand holding that screw and having it wobble too much and lose your grip on that screw head. So you're going to drive it in and it holds it in place. But that's just your basics on how to use a drill. If you have any suggestions for future videos or any suggestions for this video, how I could have done better, please leave some comments below. And if you appreciate this video, if it helped you out at all, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Alright, thanks for watching.